I know when we all think of the Nintendo DS, we're not thinking of first-person shooter games. For the most part, it plays RPGs the best, but it does have its fair share of really good FPS games. So I'm gonna go through the top 5 Nintendo DS FPS games that you should actually really play. I'm saving the best for last, but that doesn't mean number 5 is the worst, but it ranks number 5 because it doesn't have much replay value, and it is a fairly short game. Now I'm talking about none other than Core DS. Released by Graffiti Entertainment on August 11th in 2009, this game didn't review favorably, mostly because people thought of it as a generic Doom wannabe shooter on the DS. That wasn't so impressive at the time, but when you look back, the visuals are fairly impressive. The music is great. Its biggest con is the runtime. It's really short, only a couple hours, and there's no replay value once you actually beat the game. But it looks fantastic, and I just shot myself. You can do that. I just want to show you. Now, unless you've got a collecting problem, then this game really isn't worth the physical value. It is really cool to be part of the collection, if you can come across it. That is, for cheap. The guns in the game are pretty cool. Not much variety, but generally the standard kind of plasma, toxic shooter, shotgun, machine gun sort of thing. And I'm running out of time because you gotta run somewhere and do stuff, and I'm not doing that. But I did beat the game. This is the end of the final level that I'm showing you here. Shouldn't show much more, otherwise you definitely won't want to play it. But this is just for show of the weapons. And also, nope. Go over here, and you have a pistol. The game is controlled using the stylus, and then aiming and shooting with here. So make yourself comfortable, because your hands won't be. Artwork cover doesn't invite me. It doesn't scream, this is going to be cool. It screams, this is made on a budget. I tell you, this game is chock full of goodies and filled with danger. The amount of times I had to restart. My personal opinion, the best Call of Duty on the DS. Black Ops takes the number 4 spot. Made by Activision in 2010, this game is beefy. And by that I mean there's a bunch of achievements, as we can see here, going down the menu. I've not done much of them. It's quite challenging. You get some stats for your single player missions, arcade stats. You can do it through the different difficulties, and then over here there's also zombies on the DS, and it's not what you would hope. It's rather disappointing. It's like opening a stocking and there's a lump of coal in there. But here's the challenge mode. This one's actually, in the title, it's challenging. It was rather difficult. I actually couldn't go past number 3, and I tried. So congrats to you if you can actually do all of these. Kill House is pretty much you just find a collectible, but it's the weapons range. You got to run through it. And what really made this one of my favorites is the fact that you can actually aim with L and shoot with R. You don't have to use the stylus, you have the option. You'd probably get better aim, but I found this a lot more naturally comfortable. It wasn't as hard to shoot, but I definitely, did not achieve as much as I could have with a little bit more accuracy. It's a little clunky, but I went through the whole campaign, and I had fun with it. Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. It's not bad. Released by Ubisoft in 2005, one of many versions of this game that released on different consoles, PSP, Wii, PS2. Anything that was out at the time got a copy of this game. And to feel like a tourist, I can pick any language I want. These aren't bad character models. So let's get more into it. We have the stylus control here. It's very cloudy. When I play this on the Xbox 360, it was a rather dark game. So it's not surprising the DS version is very buggy. Pick up the spear. Listen, we're gonna need it. Come on. You can do it. There you oh, he threw it down. Okay, we're struggling here. We don't need it. You know, I got my hands. I I'm doomed. I'm doomed. Oh look. Give me a grab. It's moving rather slow. Um, it's still alive. All right. Probably surrounded. Down it goes. These old games, they have the nostalgia feel that makes it comfortable. It's like playing a handheld PlayStation 1 game. That's kind of the way I view it and get through these games. Not that I'm not having fun or need to think that way in order to enjoy it, but I'm pretty sure I lost. Yep. You're not paying an arm and a leg for this game, so it's on the cheaper side, so you're not going to be disappointed with the amount that you spend on it. Much like the Call of Duty games, they are on the cheaper side. $20 and under, it should be. This one should be about $5. Because even if you don't, beat the game, you're going to laugh at your struggles. We all know this one was going to be on the list. Dementium, the Ward. Made by Renegade Kid in 2007, this game is phenomenal and a absolute must to be a part of your collection. So this, like many other DS games, this is going to be stylus control, which I actually don't complain about in this game. You need the precision, especially with the flashlight. It kind of makes movement a lot more fluid. The game runs very smoothly. You're not going to notice any run-ins with slowdowns. The environment is pretty spooky. You got these things running at you. There was a remake on the 3DS that you used to be able to buy from the eShop. But we all know what happened. The bosses in this game are rather difficult. But this is definitely something that you want to play while you're in bed. Put some headphones in, and you're going to have a great, horrifying time. The game is on the pricey side, but be on the lookout for it because I got lucky and personally got my own copy complete in box for only $5 at a garage sale. So that was one of my best scores. And I love the artwork on this case. It just looks horrifying. And you're going to get about 5 to 6 hours out of this game. And it has finally come to this. Number 1, my top ranked FPS game on the Nintendo DS. Fighting Fantasy. Seriously, my number 1 game. This was a grail for the longest time. I did what I don't like doing. I actually went on eBay looking for this copy. Just because I've never seen it locally. It's one of those rare things that you kind of cross your fingers and hope to find at a convention. But I went to numerous ones and I never even seen it there. I'm actually on a New Game Plus. I beat the game completely. And you can actually carry over your stats over to the new game that you're playing. But this game is gorgeous. It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen on the Nintendo DS. And once you know where to go and kind of what you're doing and you get the idea, it is a fairly short game, but your first playthrough is gonna take some time because you're gonna need some weapons. You're gonna figure out where to go. Um, there's different side quests that you can do. You can kind of just walk all over the place here. Check inside a well. And here's your inventory screen. Over here. Check it at the bottom here. These are the various weapons that you can accumulate throughout the game. And here is one of the coolest things about the map. So there's different doors throughout the map, but when you click on the door, so when I click here, it's going to take me to what would be inside of that room, inside the section I'm in. And I'll go over here. That's the village temple. So once you uncover more areas, you can just click, 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 and actually see and navigate where you have to go. And you could also make notes on the map. Batman was here. I love the cover art. Alcohol reference because those dwarfs, they love their booze. But this is definitely a first-person RPG game that you need in your collection, or find a way to play it somehow. Just play the game. It's fantastic. 9.5 out of 10 for me. Here's some bonus games that I could do a later video on to expand on them, but these games are fantastic and deserve to be in a list themselves. Dementium 2. This game is fantastic. Sequel to Dementium 1, and the game just got way better. They improved on some things. And here is Moon. This game is a fantastic game as well. Another first-person game on the DS that has a little spooky element to it because you're in space and you're alone and you don't know what's going to happen. And for number 3, we all know these characters. And you're probably thinking, Bionicles on the DS. It wasn't what I was expecting, because when I popped this game in, my mind was blown because it's a fantastic Lego first-person shooter. Comment below for some other genres that you want me to go through. Action, adventure, RPG, puzzle. Personally, one of my favorites. And I will do so. So thanks for tuning in.